There is never an end, only a beginning of the next phase. Sananda. Sananda, one who serves in farewell from Ashira, channeled by James McConnell. Web pages, www.meetup.com, Ancient Awakenings. Note: these messages were given during our weekly Sunday Prepare for Change group through James McConnell in Phoenix, Arizona on March 12, 2017. Sananda. I am Sananda. Wonderful to be with you always in these ways. I ask you now, just as I spoke momentarily with you through this one James earlier, do not mourn this one's passing, but embrace with your love, embrace her life. Embrace the celebration that was her life here in this plane of existence, in this illusion, and know that she is only continuing on with the journey that we have all begun long ago. And there is never an end. There is only a beginning of the next phase. And she is moving toward the beginning of that next phase, just as many of you have many times before. You have only forgotten of the transitions. You have only forgotten of what it is like. But all of you will remember not that you are going to go through this transition such as this. This is not what is meant for the majority of the population at this time. You are not going to suddenly lose your physical life. You are going to move on in a celebration of life like no celebration that you have felt before. You are all going to feel and experience this level of oneness that only comes from the higher vibratory frequencies that you are all moving toward. And this dear one Susan is now moving toward those higher vibrations. Even now at this time she is moving into those vibrations. She is feeling the higher frequencies somewhat masked by the pain at times, yes, but she is moving into those higher frequencies and vibrations and will be there when you yourself move through the transition, move through your ascension process. She will be there to greet many of you because that is her mission. Many times when one passes over into the next level, into the next phase, you might say, they have a past life recall. They go through a soul searching in a sense. And they go through many levels of training to prepare for the next part of their journey. But this one will not necessarily go through all of those processes, because as she passes over she will have the memories back of who she is and what she is about. When the times come, she will be there to greet you with her loving arms, with her loving expression that you all know so well. She will be there to greet you with an embrace, with a smile, with love, just as she has always done for you here. Do not shed a tear for her, shed a tear yet for yourselves. But not a tear in sorrow, but in remembering and celebration, because we all go to a better place and we are all moving toward that better place. What many call the heaven, the seventh heaven, where I prepare a place for you at my Father's table for you to come, and all is being prepared for you. I am Sananda. I will leave you now to step aside for another who wishes to share a few words with you. All of my peace and love be with you. I will be back with you in the next time we meet together. Ashira, one last time. I am Ashira. I have asked James to allow for me to speak with you just briefly, to be able to say farewell, to be able to give my last words of wisdom for this time. I am not leaving. You are not leaving. Susan is not leaving. We are all in this together. We have always been in this together. We are so looking forward, Susan and I, to this continuing journey, because a life isn't ending, it is only beginning. We are all ready for this transition. You, each one of you, my dear brothers and sisters, are going through this transition now. You only do not know it. It will not end in the same way that it is going to with your Susan, but it is going to transition. You are going to move into a new level of understanding and existence and oneness. And as you have heard many times before, nothing is going to stand in the way of this, except yourself. You are the only ones that can prevent this now. But we know, of course, that none of you would do that, because all of you are about the changes. All of you are preparing for this changeover, for this wonderful time that is ahead. So do not think of the times past. Do not dwell in those past times. Live in the now. Be and live in the now and dream toward the future, because the future is so close now to becoming the now that you have so wanted. I love you all, and I have so enjoyed the times we have been able to spend together. I will not be speaking again through this one, for just as Susan is moving on, so will I. But know that we are always together. And as Sananda has said, when you are ready to move through your ascension process and you have slipped beyond the veil into the higher dimension, we will be there waiting for you with open arms, with all of our love, and a great big, wonderful smile. Namaste. One who serves. Somewhat difficult to follow that one, but we are going to do what we can here. James is somewhat discombobulated here, or whatever the word is that you would use here, but we will attempt to gather strength here and continue on with this process. Our message to you is nothing different than it has been previously. We are saving these messages for the next time that you come together, because it is going to be an auspicious time that is approaching. You have heard about this time, this 20th of March, as a major turning point, as a point of emphasis or change that is coming upon you. Yes, it is a beginning of spring and all of these types of things, and it is a wonderful time that you are moving toward, and all of these things are about to shift and change and what you call blow wide open. There are so many things that are happening now that are going to blow wide open. You are beginning to see the beginnings of it. The place in Antarctica is going to become a hotbed of information as it comes forward. All of these scandals that are going on, the human trafficking and the pharmacological nonsense that is happening, all of this is going to come forward and spring into a new understanding. And this is spring. This is what is happening here. The new spring, the new life is going to be born here. All of this is changing and evolving and shifting, and consciousness is shifting along with it. No longer are people able to just sit back and watch. Some do, yes of course, but more and more are saying no, we are not going to sit back and watch anymore. We are going to do something. We are going to do whatever we can to make it happen, even if we just have to say no to the old ways. Say we are not going to allow this anymore. We are not going to allow people to put things into our bodies that we do not want. We are not going to allow them to poison us in various ways. We are not going to let them continue to poison the skies. We are not going to allow it anymore. And as the people raise up, just as they have shown before, when the people raise up, there is change. There is everything that has been spoken of is going to become a reality. We cannot of course say when exactly. We cannot of course say how it is going to be, but it is going to be. Just simply know this. Have faith. That is what you must do. You must continue to have faith. And we know all of our dear brothers and sisters that participate each and every week with us here, we know all of you are ready and not giving up. Do not give up. Do not become disconsolate. Do not allow for the illusion to continue to hold on to you, because it cannot. The illusion is dropping away, and we wish for you to begin to visualize that. Visualize this illusion, this old paradigm simply dropping away, not being a part of you anymore. Just as the one that said earlier in your discussion that everything is an illusion. See everything as an illusion. That is correct. See it. See all of the stuff that you have here. That's simply an illusion, because you cannot take it with you. Whether it is through the death process or the ascension process, either way you are not taking it with you. You see? It is going to stay right here. So all that you can take with you is yourself, your consciousness, your love. That is what you will take into the higher vibration. So that does not mean you will not have homes. That does not mean you will not have vehicles of transportation or your TVS and all of these things. You will still have all of this, but it will be at higher vibrations. You will not have the somewhat ridiculous television shows and movies that you have, laughter, but you will still have this entertainment because that is a part of you. That is a part of you. And yes, for some even the idea of sports and things of this nature. We're saying this for the purpose here for James because he likes sports and doesn't want to see sports go away. Laughter, it will not go away, it will shift, it will change. You see, you can't have 7 billion people across the planet all of a sudden have their entire life turned upside down. Somewhat, yes, this will happen to a degree, but it will be gradual. We have spoken of this before. There will be a shift in consciousness. The event will come. The pulse of energy will come, and it will be an immediate shift of energy and consciousness at that time, but there will still be a gradual shifting after that. It will gradually shift into different levels of government, more in the way of councils. You will gradually shift into meeting your brothers and sisters from above and below. It will be a gradual changeover. See? So do not be concerned that you will not be ready for it when it comes. You will be ready. You are being acclimated to the energies. You are being prepared. But you are not only being prepared for yourself, you are being prepared so that you can prepare others after you. So be of good cheer, people, all of you. Everything is wonderful. From where we are looking, everything is wonderful, and from where you are looking, we would like you to see everything is wonderful as well. Okay? Okay.